All right, we're back here on E3 All Access Live here in downtown Los Angeles, and now it's time to give you another new game, world premiere. First look at a big title for PlayStation 3. It is Beyond Two Souls, and I'm joined by David and Guillaume from Quantic. Guys, it's great to have you over here for Beyond, a game that we actually talked about last year, I remember, at E3 when you announced it for the first time. Today, we've got some brand new footage. I got to play this a few weeks ago at the pre-E3 tour. This is completely unexpected for Beyond, so guys, be prepared to see something you're not expecting. You guys want to set up? This is set in Somalia, right?
Right, it's another moment in the life of Jodie Holmes. You know that Beyond is about the life of this girl for 15 years of her life, between the age of 8 and 23. And this is a moment where she's a CIA agent and she's sent to Somalia to murder someone.
And this is very much, this is a direct control sequence. When I first saw the footage, I'm like, oh my God, this is a military shooter or something. It's completely unexpected, I think, for the fans of this game, right?
Oh yeah, well you control really both Jodie and Aiden. You have the possibility to switch between the two. And it's a military action scene, so stealth. So, you have to take down enemies, and you have to survive.
So tell me about this sequence. I mean, how does this fit into the story of Jodie's life? And I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, when you see this, you're sort of like, well, how does that fit into the other footage we've seen, and the snow falling and other things? I mean, is this sort of is it a memory, or how do you explain what it is?
Actually, Beyond is the life of this girl, and we see different scenes from her life in disorder, actually. So you can play a scene when she's a teenager, then when she's a kid, and when she's an adult, and you rebuild the full story of her life as you play. So this is a scene where she's been recruited by the CIA, and she's sent to do this mission, and she's supposed to murder someone. And she's a very special agent because she has this link with this entity. Right. So she's a very special fighter in a way. She can use this power in a very specific way. But things will turn out to be very different than what she expected, and this is where the surprise in the scene comes from.
Now, as you guys have talked about, there's sort of the dual control, where you can control her, or you can control sort of the force and the spirit. How does that, in this level I saw notice, I mean, there are guards where you sort of have to go and possess them, I guess, in order to actually take out the target. Remember, you're not Jodie taking out the target, you're a guard, basically, who sneaks by, right?
Yeah. I mean, this entity can do different things, and one of the things the entity can do is possess someone else, go into someone else's body, and then you control this guard or this soldier, and you can do different things. So as Jodie is sent alone in Somalia, she has to sneak around and be very discreet and find a way to do her mission without being detected. And Aiden, this entity, is very useful for that, of course.
Now, I know a few weeks ago when I was playing with you, Guillaume, I unfortunately I don't think I made it out successfully from the mission. So are there sort of fail states here, or what happens if Jodie can't get all the way through?
Well, first of all, don't forget, you always have Aiden.
Yes.
Aiden, who's here to protect you and help you. So as the player, you can switch between the two, and well, normally you should be able to come by. Yep. And if not, well, you have to bear the consequences of your actions. So I don't want to spoil it for everyone. So
no, when you look at this, I mean, this is like it's a military shooter. It's crazy. People would not expect this out of Beyond, and I'm sure there could be much more surprises as we play through this. Can you tell us where is this in her life? Is this the early part of the game, mid, late?
That's in the last third of the game, I would say.
Wow. All right.
We worked very hard on the graphics. This is, again, a brand new engine compared to Heavy Rain, and we really tried to make the game look totally different. And each scene looks different. Each scene plays
that's why when I say it feels like a new game every time. Well, it looks fantastic, guys, and it'll be coming out, obviously, for PlayStation 3 a little bit later this year, and you guys are still working on that. And I know you teased in February you've got some new technology and new games for PlayStation 4. We're going to hear anything about that today, or?
Who knows?
Who knows? All right, well, we'll stay tuned, I guess, for the Sony press conference tonight. We're going to take some user questions from you guys on social media using the hashtag GTE3. All right, first one for you guys comes from Internet Monkey on Twitter. The question is, how is the father-daughter relationship in this game? David, you do lots of family ties in your games. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so actually, I mean, Willem Dafoe is now the father of Jodie Ellen Page, and the game is much more like an adoptive father to her. Is a scientist who decides to study her and try to understand what this thing is around her. So they will spend a lot of time together, and he will really raise her and become like a father figure to her. So there are some very interesting scenes and very interesting confrontations between Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe at different ages, when she's a very angry teenager or when she's a young adult, that are, I think, very, very interesting in the game.
And are you playing? You're always playing though as Ellen, right?
You only play as Ellen Page and the entity.
I did, right? Yeah. Excellent. All right. Next thing is a comment actually for you guys from someone. So you'll take a comment as long as it's a good one, and it is. It comes from D Santana 510. Says, looks awesome. A female lead, action, supernatural powers, and mystery. I'm digging this. So you got some fans out there for the game, and it does look looks great. And it's going to come out PlayStation 3. It's this fall, right? October?
October,
yeah. October 8th in the United States.
All right.